My name is Emily Parker. I'm 29 years old and I live in London, United Kingdom. I work as a digital designer, the kind of job that keeps you glued to a laptop for hours. My flat is small, quiet, and full of plants I often forget to water. This story isn't about work or friends. It's about how I got my ex back and why you really shouldn't do it. We met in 2023. His name was Ethan, tall, calm, with the kind of quiet charm that draws you in without trying. Our connection was instant, like a spark that quickly turned into a wildfire. We were inseparable, always texting, calling, laughing. I thought I had found the one. It was intense, romantic, and beautiful. Until suddenly, it wasn't anymore. One random Thursday evening, Ethan called me. His voice sounded different, careful. You can always tell when someone's about to break your heart. The tone changes first. He said, "Emily, I think we should break up." No fight, no warning, just that. My chest tightened. I asked why. He said distance, doubts, insecurities, all the usual lines that never make sense. I cried, begged, tried to reason with him, but he was already gone. That's when I learned what being blindsided truly feels like. For 2 months, we tried to stay in touch. Texts, short calls, awkward conversations that reopened old wounds. He said he missed me, but didn't want to get back together. I told him I couldn't be just friends. So I blocked him. That was the start of no contact. 8 long months of silence, healing, and overthinking. At first, it felt like punishment. Every morning I'd wake up hoping for a message, imagining he missed me too. But slowly, day by day, I started breathing again. I began to laugh, to eat properly, to feel like myself. I was healing, quietly, painfully, but truly healing. I focused on work, started running, joined a pottery class, something I'd always wanted to do. I dated casually, not seriously, but enough to remind myself that love wasn't over. Then one night, 8 months later, I saw his name flash across my phone. Ethan. My heart stopped. It was like a ghost texting me. He said, "Hey, I've been thinking about you." He told me he was sorry. 2 small words that destroy progress if you're not careful. And they did. I replied, "Of course I did. We talked. He said he'd been in therapy, that he missed me, that he realized what he'd lost. I was seeing someone else then, so I told him that. He said he understood, and he backed off. But the seed was already planted. Fast forward to the end of 2024. I was single again. So was he. He reached out once more. This time his words felt sincere. He told me he'd worked on himself, faced his fears, learned to communicate. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe people could change, that love could win if you gave it another chance. So I said yes. We tried again. The first months were amazing. He was affectionate, consistent, open. He told me he loved me more than ever. We planned trips, talked about the future, and laughed about our second chance love story. By month 7, he proposed. I said yes. It felt like a reward for waiting, like the universe finally made sense. We planned to meet his family in December. But deep down, there was a quiet voice in my head, a whisper. What if he leaves again? I ignored it because love makes you deaf to warnings that sound too much like the truth. Then one morning, out of nowhere, he did it again. Same tone, same reasons. I don't see a future with us. It's not you, it's me. The same man, the same story, different year. That breakup hurt even more than the first, because this time I had believed in a happy ending. I believed love could fix what therapy couldn't. But people don't change because you love them enough. They change when they're ready to face themselves, and most avoidant people aren't. He wasn't bad, just broken. And I was broken for believing I could fix him. So yes, you can get your ex back, especially if they're avoidant. They will come back when they feel lonely, when they miss your warmth, when they crave comfort. But it won't last, not unless they've done the real, painful inner work. Therapy, self-awareness, consistency, those take time. Without them, they'll always run when things get hard again. Looking back now, I know getting your ex back isn't a victory. It's a temporary high, a comfort hit, a rewind button that plays the same movie again. Only now you know the ending. When you're in love with potential, you're not in love with the person in front of you. You're in love with who you hope they'll become. That's not love, it's false hope. So yes, I got him back. And yes, he left again. But this time, I didn't beg. I didn't cry to him. I cried for me, for the version of myself that thought love had to hurt before it was real. When he left, I let him. Because I finally understood. You can't build forever with someone who runs when it gets real. Sometimes, the person who stays is you. That was the moment I stopped chasing people and started finding myself again. I learned that closure doesn't come from another person. It comes when you decide the story is over. And when I did, I felt peace for the first time in years. Because the truth is, love shouldn't be about fear or waiting for someone to come back. It should feel safe. After the second breakup, I went quiet. Not the sad, dramatic kind of quiet, just stillness. I didn't tell anyone right away. I didn't post about it. I didn't text him. I just sat with the silence. I realized that heartbreak doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it's the quiet that hurts the most. But in that stillness, I started to hear something else, my own voice again. For weeks, I replayed everything, every conversation, every look, every I love you. I wanted to find the moment things went wrong. But the truth is, sometimes there isn't one. People don't always leave because you failed. They leave because they can't handle love that deep. And realizing that gave me the first bit of peace I'd felt in months. I started journaling again, writing every thought, every ache, every small victory. I wrote letters I never sent. I cried over sentences that never left my notebook. But it helped. It helped me understand that closure isn't something you get from someone. It's something you create for yourself when you finally stop waiting for an apology. I deleted our messages, all of them. Every text, every photo, every playlist. It hurt, like erasing a life that once felt like home. But I had to make space for something new. Healing isn't about pretending it didn't happen. It's about learning to live without needing to revisit the past to feel alive. I began to rebuild my routine. Waking up early, cooking proper meals, walking to work instead of taking the train. I started to notice how London looked in the morning, the way the sun hit the buildings, how the air smelled like rain and coffee. It reminded me that beauty still exists, even when love ends. One of the biggest lessons I learned was that healing isn't linear. Some days I felt powerful and free. Other days, one song or scent sent me straight back into tears. But I learned not to fight those moments. I let them come. Because healing doesn't mean you stop hurting. It means the pain no longer controls you. I started therapy. I told my therapist about Ethan, about the love, the breakups, the fear of abandonment. For the first time, I wasn't trying to fix him in my story. I was trying to understand why I stayed. That's when I learned that sometimes we fall for avoidant people because we think their love is something we have to earn. The truth is, I wasn't addicted to him. I was addicted to the emotional roller coaster. The highs, the apologies, the hope, the illusion of being chosen again. When you're used to chaos, peace feels boring at first. But I learned that boring love is actually safe love, and that's the kind I want now. As the months passed, I started doing things for me again. I traveled to Italy alone. I spent days wandering through Florence, sketching buildings, tasting food I couldn't pronounce. I laughed with strangers, sat in quiet churches, and realized I didn't feel lonely anymore. I felt free. There was no dramatic "I'm healed" moment. It happened slowly, through routines, through quiet mornings, through forgiving myself for not knowing better before. Healing didn't erase him from my story. It just stopped giving him the final chapter. I learned that growth feels like peace, not excitement. One day, I woke up and realized I hadn't thought about him in weeks. No pain, no longing, no what-ifs, just calm. That's when I knew I was done. Not because I stopped caring, but because I finally cared more about myself than the idea of us. That's the quiet victory no one claps for, but it's the most important one. I used to think love was supposed to be dramatic and full of chaos, like the movies. Now, I know love should feel stable, kind, and safe. The kind that doesn't make you question your worth or wait for reassurance. The kind that feels like coming home to yourself first, before you ever come home to someone else. If you're listening to this and you're still missing someone who left you, let me tell you this. Missing them doesn't mean you should go back. It just means you're human. You loved deeply. And that's a beautiful thing. But don't confuse love with attachment. You can love someone and still choose yourself. Healing isn't about forgetting them. It's about remembering who you were before them and becoming someone even stronger after. It's about learning that your heart can break and still keep beating, that you can lose love and still not lose yourself. That's real strength, quiet, soft, and unshakable. So yes, I got my ex back once, but the best thing I ever did was let him go for good. Because the truth is, I didn't need him to come back. I needed me to come back. And when I finally did, I realized I was never truly broken. I was just waiting to meet the version of myself who finally knew her worth. It's been over a year since the last time I saw Ethan. Sometimes I still think about him, not in the aching way I used to, but like remembering a dream that doesn't hurt anymore. I don't hate him. I don't love him either. I've simply accepted that some people come into your life to teach you how to stop settling for less. I used to romanticize pain. I thought love had to be earned, fought for, chased. But now I see that love shouldn't feel like survival. It should feel like peace. If someone truly wants to stay, you'll never have to convince them. The moment I stopped chasing, everything heavy started to fall away. People often ask me if I'd ever take him back again. The answer is no. Not out of anger, but because I've outgrown the version of myself that needed his validation. When you heal, you realize some love stories aren't meant to continue. They're meant to change you, so the next one doesn't hurt the same. Healing doesn't erase the past. It just takes away its control over you. I can talk about him now without breaking. I can remember our good moments without missing them. That's how I know I'm free. Peace isn't forgetting. It's forgiving without needing closure from anyone else. If you're still stuck in the cycle, missing, hoping, waiting, please hear me. You're not weak for wanting them back. You're just human. But your strength lies in walking away, even when your heart begs you not to. Healing is choosing yourself every day, even on the days it hurts. The truth is, avoidant people rarely change unless they truly want to. You can't fix someone who keeps running from themselves. Love can inspire growth, but it can't do the work for them. That's not your job. Your only job is to protect your peace and never shrink yourself to be loved. For the longest time, I thought closure meant getting answers. Now I know closure is just acceptance dressed in truth. You don't need them to understand what they did. You just need to understand that you deserve more than confusion disguised as love. There's a strange kind of peace that comes after heartbreak. It's quieter, slower, softer. You start noticing small joys again: music, sunlight, the way coffee smells. You start living for yourself instead of waiting to be chosen. That's when you realize love was never supposed to break you. It was supposed to teach you. When I finally stopped chasing what hurt me, life opened up. I met new people, made new memories, and learned to trust again. Not instantly, but slowly. Healing doesn't make you perfect, it makes you real. And real love starts with honesty, not fear. I realized that the kind of love I want now doesn't need grand gestures or drama. It's steady, consistent, kind. The kind that doesn't make me anxious or doubtful. The kind that stays. And if I don't find it right away, that's okay, because I've already found peace in being alone. If I could speak to the version of me who once begged for him to stay, I'd tell her, "You were never too much." He just wasn't ready to meet someone who knew her own heart. Sometimes love fails because it's not the right time, but don't let that make you afraid to love again. Now I choose peace over intensity, growth over nostalgia. I've learned that walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You can love someone and still know they're not your future. And once you truly accept that, freedom becomes your new form of love. One day, someone will love you the way you deserve, without fear, without games, without running. But before that happens, you have to become that person for yourself. Because the love you give yourself first becomes the standard for every love that follows. So if your ex comes back, think carefully. Ask yourself, have they changed, or have you just forgotten the pain? Because love without growth will always repeat the same story, and you deserve a story that doesn't hurt when it ends. My story isn't about getting him back, it's about getting myself back. And if you're in that same place, I hope you know this. You are not too broken to heal, too late to start over, or too hard to love. You just needed to remember who you were before they made you forget.